Hello there, sword friends. Before the year closes out, I wanted to share this cool thing with you. LK Chen actually sent me 2 more review samples to add to the pile of things that I need to get done for LK Chen. But before I do a full-on review, I thought I would just share this with you because it's particularly cool and fun. And this is the Song Hand Dao, and I think they make a couple iterations of it. This is the mono steel differentially hardened iteration of it, and it is just an interesting and fun blade to move around. Basically, the Royal Arsenal blade was like this short, very nimble, connected to the hand piece, and this is almost the antithesis of that. It's, well, a short rather than long. I guess I'm not using that word correctly. The point is, though, that this is still on the shorter side at around a 26-inch blade, just a hair short, 7-inch grip with, or around there anyway. I'll put dimensions in the description down below. But basically, it's a big, hardy, mean chopper, and it is fun. It has basically a flat grind to it, a really kind of delicate looking hamon, which is really fun. I really like it. It has some character to it without being overly bold or anything like that, but this feels just amazing in the hand. Now, it's stout and hardy, and it wants to move forward and chop, as the appearance might suggest, but more than that, it also feels nimble and easy to index, and the point control stays well, even though there isn't much of a point to speak of. I still don't want to get poked with it, but nevertheless, it is a really fun weapon to look at, and I wanted to take a brief moment, while I can't do a review right now in the full context that I would like. This kind of brief look over will have to suffice until I have the time to do one more thoroughly. Anyway, blade slightly less than 26 inches, grip roughly 7 inches, a little bit longer without including the ring pommel. The Songhand Dynasty appears to be a differentially hardened blade. I only did 2 brief cuts with it, which I will show you. Is quite brisk out, but I can no longer resist the urge to test this LK Chen to some extent. So this is a Dao that was sent to me for the purposes of review. I got it out of the box. It feels amazing in my hand, and I have wanted to smack something with it for quite a while. I have some time constraints going on, so this video is not going to be as thorough as I would like it to be, but as an initial impressions video, it will suffice. Anyway, I will go over its features and some of the build quality and all that kind of stuff in a moment. Right now, though, before I freeze my nuts off, I'm going to go cut some water bottles. Well, cream containers. Pretty pasty. I have a lot of cream. That was quick, which is good because I'm cold. In those cuts, it did everything that it's supposed to do. It's very cold outside. It's quite snowy at the moment, so I don't really have a spot or time to go beyond that, but it cut sufficiently. The edge feels reasonably keen. I'm guessing it could be a little sharper. It cuts paper pretty well. It cuts my skin pretty well, honestly, as has happened as I've been doing this. But it's not so obscenely sharp that it's going to probably sing, basically it still has a little ways to go if it wants to, though at the moment it seems to be sufficient to cut milk jugs and things like that, and at least what I did with it. Some oddities to it. One, the habaki, or rather this blade collar area here, runs up a ways on the blade. It's pretty pragmatic and simple looking in its appearance, and it is kind of catches on the scabbard just a little bit. So if I take this scabbard and put it in here, it can run into the base of the blade a little bit and make it somewhat challenging to get fit in. Other than that, I really haven't had any complaints fit and finish wise. The scabbard, simple, but I don't see any blemishes or problems in the wood or stains or anything like that. This wrap that they've put on it seems tight. It hasn't moved around despite presumably some significant changes in temperature. The handguard has also the cord wrap on it. It has almost a teardrop kind of shape as well, which really feels amazing in my hand. It's simple. This kind of larger cord grip feels great in my hand, but also just rests right in my knuckles. I know exactly where that edge is. It's very easy to use. It's cumbersome. It's not light in the swing, but it does feel really good and still controllable. I can put 2 hands in, and I can keep the point where I want, or with one hand I can give some authority and at least stop where I need it to. It's hefty, but not overly so. And this is just, it's a fun thing. I don't know much about Chinese martial arts or exactly the history behind these swords, but this feels instantly like a weapon that you could connect yourself to and use. Anyway, it's lots of fun. I just wanted to share it with you. That's all I've got. As always, cheers, and thanks for watching.